International connections were common among DC dealers. There were players like E. Wooten, who shipped drugs from U.S. military bases in Japan to the U.S. Then there was the Dump Truck Smitty organization, the Mad Dog Turner organization, which was linked to Atkinson's drug ring, to name a few. Now, this small city has a lot of big players.
As a federal prosecutor, we handled many narcotics cases. I participated in many multi-state federal investigations from D.C. to New York and many other areas around the country.
There was a major problem. Because so much heroin is imported into the city, fighting the traffickers is hard. We just didn't have the manpower until our budgets grew and we partnered with federal agencies.
2 federal agencies were responsible for drug enforcement: the Bureau of Drug Abuse Control and the Federal Bureau of Narcotics. Primarily, these agencies targeted the Mafia and African-American dealers in the tri-state area.
In New York, there are 5 families that make up the Mafia, each with their own captains and bosses.
If we look at the historical context of heroin coming into the country, between the years of 1930 into the 1960s, organized crime saw a business opportunity. And they developed connections overseas and began distributing 80% of the heroin entering the U.S.
The infamous French connection brought it into the U.S. from Turkey. It was refined by the Mafia in Marseille, France, before being shipped to New York City, smuggled in the hollow spaces of cars.
Washington, D.C., Northwest region was a major entry point. 50% of heroin sold in D.C. area occurs along the Northwest corridors.
A slew of drug-related crimes ranging from murder to assaults had a public outcry within the city. The Metropolitan Police Department and FBI began targeting major crews in Washington, D.C. and the tri-state area.